All right, we are live. Miss Ishamin, actually, Coach Ishamin, which you have there. I am so excited to be sharing you today. You came in with, I just loved your spirit and your passion for what you do when you came in to make this card deck. So I want to ask you before we even get started with anything is what got you interested in doing a card deck?
Because I like the way that it's a small bite. Sometimes
Oh,
it could just be so much information that your brain gets overloaded. And I know with me, sometimes I get overloaded. So I know like little chunks of truth
mm,
can be so helpful, especially my thing is like tell yourself the truth.
I love that.
Sometimes coming from a truthful place and also
Mm,
admitting the part you played in it. A lot of times, being truthful is like I'm always coming from a place you played a part in this. This didn't just happen and they didn't just do this to me. Okay.
mm,
You chose to be there, and there were probably little small voices telling you, get out, that you'd ignored or
wow,
something. So when you're telling yourself the truth, and it's not always pretty or admitting your motives behind what you did, because there are
right.
usually motives behind this. Okay,
Mm,
what you did, and with these cards, the instruction is what do you want to scream about? Whatever problem is top of mind. Okay,
mm.
there's an issue that's top of mind. You need to scream about something, and the scream cards is going to help you just go through the process of this particular issue. And so we're going to scream about it, and
So
that's
when
why
yeah, it's I mean, I love, those little chunks and it's not overwhelming, right? It's like you're just looking at the thing in front of you. But when you say scream, so just tell me what you mean when you say scream.
Uh, when I say scream, it's like you just wanna put it like I say scream on paper because paper keeps it cute. Because you really want to scream at people. Okay, you want to scream, you want to scream, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying? The
someone else,
issue,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Like you really want to go off. You want to cuss. You want to scream. You want to do all
Right.
these other things
Oh
at
my god.
people, but paper keeps it cute. Paper help you keep your job. All
Oh,
right. Okay, people don't go around telling your business to other people.
I
Like,
like
let's
that.
say, you and a person were real friends, friends, good girlfriends, and y'all did some dirt together, right? But now y'all not good girlfriends no more, all right? And you don't have to worry about them telling your business if because you told the
Uh,
paper, okay? And so you
well,
don't have that problem if you told it to the paper and not your friend, you don't have that problem. It won't come back to haunt you because now you got to worry about is that the type of person that will, just no longer keep your
yeah.
secrets anymore. But if you told it to the paper, you ain't got to worry about it. Paper ain't gonna tell where the body's at. And paper ain't gonna give you up to the cops. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
I love your take on things, and there's just a realness to it. It's like again, like we're ready to shout out everything to everyone else when we just need to look at ourselves, right? So
Yeah.
so I love that so much. So who are these cards for then?
They're for adults. Okay, because we adults in here, and you can't take back some words that you say. And that's
Mm,
why it's like, and with the vocabulary changing every now and then, you might revert back to some old words that we don't say that no more. But you've been saying that since you was a kid. The vocabulary, you might forget. And if you talking about it, what I love about paper is it lets you get your whole thought out. Have you ever been having a conversation and somebody stopped you so they can get clear? And by the time they stop you and you gave them clarification, you don't forgot your whole thought. And so
mm.
people let you keep the stream going until you finish.
Wow,
All
yeah,
right. And
yeah.
sometimes if you actually said what you was really thinking, that person probably would talk to you no more, but you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. And you could tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
love the statement, tell the truth, shame the devil, right? But that don't
Mm,
mean you gotta tell a person the truth. And you probably need to get it out the way you feel it. That way, I said it the way I said it, because some of us, I said what I said, right? But you shouldn't say that, especially if you still got to live with the person and you don't want to sleep with one
that's
eye open.
yeah,
You,
that's so true, for
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if you tell it to the paper, then you can burn the paper and be like, and
Mm,
then you could, reframe it in a way that's
yeah.
adjustable. Because some people you got to woo, 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 woo. You know what I'm saying? And
Well, it's such a freedom, right, in writing it down. It's coming
yeah,
out of you, and then you can look at it and say, "Oh, okay, it could be there," and then you don't have to take it anywhere else, right?
right.
That's
Because you might in your mind you be thinking you stupid as hell, but you don't want to tell the person that said you be like, you might have been a little naive. You know what I'm saying? Or you might be like, oh, she was ugly. But you are saying, unfortunate looking. You know what I'm saying? Or something to that degree. So
right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you could say it on paper, just burn book. Um and it's so funny in the Scream on Paper journal in which these were adapted from, it says on the first place, it has a warning page. If you should open this book and read it and you see something about you, you have been warned. If you get your feelings hurt, it's your business because you shouldn't be reading this book.
yeah. That's
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's your
yeah.
problem. Close the book and run
And
away.
that becomes the book is like your therapist, right? You could tell the things, but no one else has to know them. You work them out,
Right.
and then they dissipate. And there's a lot of
And
relationships, I'm sure, saved by this,
yes.
right?
And so
Yeah,
the screen cards is in addition to that, and it helps you based upon what the cards you pull. Because again, you go into it, you kind of grab the deck, and you kind of grab the deck and say, okay, this is my problem. All right, the
yeah.
cards I pull, they're gonna assist me. One problem, not 10 problems. Okay,
Okay, show
whatever
us,
the issue.
show us, show us. Why don't you pull one
Okay,
and
so
like
it's like
for everyone? Everyone's gonna
okay.
benefit from that.
Okay, so because of where I'm at, okay, I'm at my silent investor. All right, so we're gonna say, let's say you have a problem with one of your coworkers. All right, so and I need to scream about it because they keep stealing my lunch, right? And so I'm gonna scream about it. And so each card comes with uh, so how do you spell scream, right? You start with S. So the first card is a S card, right, for surrender because you want to surrender whatever it is. I need to surrender this because I'm about to catch a case. Let me find out who's stealing my food. All right. So, and you pull whatever card you pull. All right. So you pull that card, and I need my spectacles because I can't see. All right. So so you pull your surrender card, and this one says surrender control. The only thing you truly have dominion over is yourself. And then it says, take a deep breath, pick up your pen, and scream about it. What should you be controlling that you're not? Okay, now that's the S card, but you're screaming about it.
Mm.
So what we doing is, okay, so now
Well,
we
we have
talk
an
about,
S. Now you go to the C. Yes,
right.
you're going to spell the word out.
Yes, you're gonna
So
spell the
everyone's going
words.
to pull
Yeah, you're gonna
6
pull
cards.
six cards,
Okay.
and so now we
Okay.
have the C card, which is the create, because you want to surrender it. But now, what do you want to create? All right, so you get a chance to create. Okay, now see, create awareness. Are you paying attention to what life is saying to you by what is showing up all around you? Now, pause, close your eyes. What have you heard life say? Now, pick up your pen, scream about it. What life adjustment What life adjustment has awareness made necessary for you to live harmoniously? And so, and now we got the resilience. Okay, the resilience card. All right, resilience. A simple refusal to give up. Despite facing numerous obstacles, you keep going. All right. And so All right. Think about your skills, knowledge, or insights that you have and how you got them. Now, the question: how can you apply the principle of not giving up to an area of your life where you have been passive or complacent? And what changes can you make to be more proactive in these areas? Now, think it. The question is the coworker stealing your lunch. Now, what you know what I'm saying?
Ah,
Passive and complacent. All right, and
oh,
so, and then we have the energy card. All right, and I love this. It says energy can be transformed. You can create it or okay. Energy can be can be transformed. You can't create it or destroy it, but can only be depleted, so please use it wisely. Pick up your pen. And they all say scream about it, right? How can you use your energy wisely towards things that enrich your living experience first?
mm,
Okay, now we're talking about this your coworker stealing your lunch. Like you using your energy.
yeah.
Okay, how you using your energy towards this? Or have you went to your coworker and said something? Have you did something to piss them off? Okay, are you bringing delicious lunches, leaving it like like okay, this is okay because again, with
Yeah.
top of mind. All right, we're talking about this coworker stealing your lunch, and it's all around. This is what you're getting like towards this
Mm,
issue is telling you to scream about it. Cause then
yeah.
what are you getting?
Wow.
Audaciously. This is the
I love that
audaciously
word.
God.
That's great.
Okay. Okay. I dare you to boldly show up for yourself the way you would for a loved one who was only allowed one plate of food at an all you can eat buffet that you paid for. Oh, it's about to be on. Okay. Now you know doggone well at an all you can eat buffet, if a person you love only got one plate of food and you pay for that at an all you know you about to go, what? We getting at least 3 plates of food. I paid for it too, and they hungry. They gonna get they gonna get full. All right. So how would you go about it if somebody told you they could only get one plate of food at all you could eat buffet and your loved one is hungry? You
Well, I
going
love
in,
that that card came out with the question being about the food too, right? So that's kind of that's
so
interesting. Yeah.
you see how by asking a question, holding a whole deck, it kind of
Yeah.
when you pull the cards you get what you need. Now the question is, how can you show up for yourself the way you would for a loved one?
Mm.
Okay, and so now we have masterfully. Now
I love the words. The words are great.
yeah,
So good.
masterfully is your execution. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna do all of this that you gonna do? All right. Now now masterfully skillfully create a plan knowing nothing goes as planned. However, there are still many ways to your desired outcome. Pick up your pen. How can you build flexibility in your plan, knowing that things don't always go according to plan? Okay, now put it like this: this person is stealing your lunch. Okay, this coworker. Now, what you going to do? Now, how can we creatively take care of this? Are you going to approach this person? So first, you got to surrender. Look, this is what's going on. I want to create harmony. Okay, I know I'm gonna have to be resilient about this. All right, what energy am I bringing to the situation? Am I going to put some laxatives in the food, let them eat it, and watch them run to the bathroom? Okay, okay, you want to eat my food? All right, watch, and it's going to be the person that keep running to the bathroom. If you can't identify who it is, you will be able to identify who it is after that. Just stand by. Oh, okay,
Oh my God.
so Sarah keep running to the bathroom every 5 minutes. All right, you know what I'm saying? So it's like come on now, audaciously. Like okay, I am not gonna be quiet. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like see, that's an audacious plan, right?
That
So
is certainly.
how you gonna show up for yourself? Now
Oh
this
my
been
God.
happening all along, you know what I'm saying? But you need to show up for yourself, okay?
Wow.
And masterfully is executing your plan, going to get the laxative, making the chocolate cake and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. She won't be
Oh.
stealing your food no more. All
Yeah.
right. So, but whatever problem it is, you're gonna pick a
Oh my God.
card.
You're hilarious. You're so
You're
but
gonna
it's just so true though, right? You really get to look at the whole picture,
right,
right? Instead of just reacting. You get to really
right.
look at. the response that you're going to make. I love
Right.
that. There's
Uh,
so much depth. I hadn't realized that the reading would be pulling one of each, and then you have this whole thing
uh,
unfold before you. So you have 60 cards. So this was
Yeah.
quite the feat to pull this all together, my dear.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how was that creation process like for you to get this to completion?
It was a little rough. It took me a while because as you see, I really thought about this. Like it had to be
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
And from the beginning, it was like, well, I want to do this and it had to be just right. I had to say, what did I want to do if I'm screaming about this? And I love journaling. This is about journaling, like getting it all out. And
yeah,
then, I mean, through this process, you're getting it all out. Like, what's going on?
yeah,
Why I keep bringing lunch to work so it can get stolen? Like you asking yourself, all this is going on, and getting to the crux of it. Maybe I don't need to be at this daggone job, anymore where they do
yeah.
stuff like this.
Right,
So why you
right.
going through all this? Like all of this is coming up because you're screaming about it.
Mm,
Like, and so this
I
gives
love
you a
that.
chance to go through all of the
Yeah,
emotions on it.
powerful, really
And
powerful.
yeah, and so I really like I had to pour myself into it. I had to kind of say, wait a second, and it took more time than I wanted it to. And believe you me, I mean, it took a long. My group been done did their cause and finished them. They already out there doing it, and here I
Yeah,
am still
but you
mulling
didn't give up.
over it.
But I'm
I
so
didn't.
impressed that you just kept going.
Yeah,
And like you said, you wanted to get it right. There's so much depth to the card deck and so much depth to the experience that a person is going to have when they have those. So beautiful. So
yeah.
amazingly. So I
Oh, and to go
yeah,
with it, and I have a QR code, and if you go to the QR code, you're going to get the screen pages, and these are just pages that you can journal. You can use it one or two
oh,
ways.
that's amazing.
You could either scream the whole entire, like go through each one in a one sitting in the
Hmm.
morning or whenever you want to do. Like, do you want to scream, or you can do it, 6 days of the week, and the seventh day you like see what I have. It's like a
Mm,
synopsis of what does this all mean,
that's really
or
cool.
and you get the screen pages, you get the download. It's a downloadable.
Wow.
You get the
Such
download,
a
and I created
Oh my God,
the,
so
the journal,
beautiful.
and
Yeah,
the
the
this is
tiny
the one page. This is the one
beautiful.
page, and that's if you want to do it in a day. And then you have each individual page. So if you want to take it, let's say, look, I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say today. So
Wow.
and reflect, ponder, and meditate. And
Wow.
so, and that is what happens after like five. After you finish screaming, you reflect, you ponder, and you meditate. And you have and you do that like after you scream, you reflect, ponder, meditate, and then you have a full page for surrender. So you surrender. You
Wow.
have a full page to surrender,
This is a
and
full on like program. Did you realize when you came in to do the card deck that it was going to evolve into something so uh
uh,
like packed with such amazing wisdom? Did you recognize that?
No, I just knew I wanted to. If I was gonna do this, I wanted to. If you're gonna scream, I wanted you to scream. I wanted you to put
Yeah,
it all, get it all out.
I
I'm
love
like
it.
Shrek, better out than in. And so, if you're gonna scream, I want you to like, if whatever issue is top at mind, I want you to walk away with like, I got it all out. I got it. I know what's going on with me.
Okay, so I've got a question because I want to know what you learned about yourself while you were doing all of this.
Uh, that I'm picky. Oh my God, that I'm picky. And I learned the process. I mean, all the tools that you gave us was so uh, amazing. Just getting my thoughts together and were really helpful. And just plotting it out. You gave me
Mm,
what I needed to plot it out, and then I had to go back again. And I really had to go through. Okay, what did I want each one to be like surrender. So I had to go deep into, okay, how does a person surrender? Like, what does surrender look like? And I had to go deep into every one because I wanted whatever the situation called for. When you pick a card, that you can put this deck in, in the rules that I give you. Look, hold the cards in your hand, and one issue top of mind, let me scream about it. And whatever card you pick, you know what I'm saying? Those are the cards that, by going through the process of screaming about it, surrender and create resilient energy audaciously and masterfully,
Yeah.
it's going to fully take you through it. By the time you finish taking your time to journal about it, and ponder, reflect, and meditate on it, you'll have your answer. And I
That-
want you to walk away with a solid answer that you felt comfortable. Like, I know myself, I know why I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you came up with, I know myself better, why I did what I
Mm,
did, or why I'm feeling what I'm feeling. Like, if you come out of it with a deeper knowledge or clarity within yourself, then you felt better.
wow.
And that's what I wanted a person to get when they used the scream cards.
Wow.
And
Wow. That's
I felt
amazing.
better about that. That was, and wanted each card because it had to work independently, but
Yeah.
also work in a group.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
that
mean,
was
it
important.
looks to me like you accomplished exactly what you set out to do
Yeah.
and then some even, which is amazing.
Yeah, and it took me a little bit more time and
Yeah.
to put the system together. And
Mhm.
it's funny that you say it's a system. And Dr. Atlee was like, you really did something here.
Yes.
And I was like, really? I was
Yeah.
like, because the way my brain was like, but it had to come together. And she was like, no, this is a little bit more than.
It's a lot bit more than yeah,
And
and
I was
so
like, I didn't think of it like that. I was just like,
no,
well,
and I think, that's the mistake that we make sometimes is calling it a card deck, which I've been telling people it's not a card deck. It is your system and your process and your method for this in this teaching tool that is just by what you did with the lunch thing. Like you didn't just say, okay, what am I going to do? It was like really deeply thinking of all different angles of that situation. And to the point of like, okay, why am I even at this stupid job? Maybe, right? Like,
yeah,
so, but that's huge for all situations to look at many different angles that would not have come up if you were just like reacting. So beautiful job. I'm so impressed. I love it.
thank you. And so that's why it took a little bit longer. And when I finished it, I was like, yes, okay, I finally, I, I got all the elements. And it took a little bit longer, but I was really happy when Dr. Ali said, you put real, like, this is coming together. And I was like, really? But I wanted to be cohesive like that. And
Yeah.
so it came together nicely,
That's
and the
beautiful.
different colors, thank you so much, because I was asking, because at first, how many times I came to the group and was like, what do you think, what do you think? And the different, because at first they were all going to be one color, then I went with
Yeah.
the different colors
Yeah.
and everything. And you helped me with, so many of the little things, getting it right. And so I am so
Beautiful.
happy, and just keeping everything lined up and everything.
I
You're
love it.
amazing at that. And
Yeah.
so I am happy that it came out like this. And so, yeah.
Yeah, gorgeous. We're gonna and you told me I'm gonna announce it because I want everyone to hear it so that you do it. You said you were gonna send me a deck, so I'm so excited about that.
Yes, I am going to send you
And
a deck.
I'm gonna put the URL on below this video wherever you're watching it so that you can also get this deck because how amazing this can be for like anything for whatever you're feeling at any moment. And you say like any situation
Right. You
that
just
you
keep it
can,
top of mind, hold the cards in your hand and say,
yeah,
look, this is what I'm going through. And then you get a chance to pull the cards, because each letter has 10 cards piece. That was another thing. You
okay,
sure you want that many cards? Yeah, I want 10 cards each.
yeah,
Dr. Ali,
because I mean,
Dr. Ali would.
algorithmically, mathematically, whatever, like that's a lot of different ways that you're going to get an answer with all those different options of how the answer is going to come out. You'll never get the same one. Probably you'll never double up the same answer for a really long time.
Right, right. You wouldn't, because the problem would be different. And
Yeah,
so if
exactly. Well,
you
that
if
too.
you shuffle the cards and
Yeah.
everything, a different problem, a different day. And again, some things you're going to want to journal about, like, this is, I'm going to be here a while. I got to surrender. And and it's like the surrendering process, because sometimes the surrendering, and when you think about what I want to create, because if I'm surrendering what I want to create, and think about what resilience is.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
each card in itself was like, okay, when I think of it, what energy am I giving something?
Mm,
What is it taking from me? And each card itself has energy. Gotta put on my glasses because why act like I can see? All right. Make okay. Maintaining high vibrational energy is a daily practice. So, each
Mhm.
one is going, when you talk about energy, like, okay,
Yeah.
life's basic energy cycle. Thoughts that begin it, emotions amplify it, and actions increase its momentum. So, you go
Beautiful.
each that's
It's,
just energy.
it's like
So
having you as the coach in their pocket all the time. Like, I mean, because it's got your energy and then your voice is in there.
yeah,
And
so it's coming,
yeah,
and it's so funny the card I read about going to the buffet and everything, and when Dr. Ellie was like, "Keep that. That is so you." Okay, I was like, because I was like, yeah, I was like, maybe that's a little bit much. Maybe I should say. She was like, no, that's so you. Because if you
yeah,
go to an all you eat buffet and she was like, if I went to all you eat buffet, I only got one plate of food. Yeah, we gonna have a problem. She was like, yeah, but that's how you got to show up for yourself sometimes.
yes, I love that. And I mean, it's so obvious and true that you put all of yourself in there, the real parts of you in there, which is why it makes it so special and so
Yeah.
different and so very unique.
But
And so excited.
yeah, but
For,
most people would show up for somebody else. What I find in life, most people would show up for other people harder than they
Mhm.
show up for themselves. And that's one thing when it comes to food like that. Wait a second. At all you could eat, what? One plate. I pay for it too, and they only get one plate. Nah, you know what I'm saying? No,
And
no,
so,
no.
all right. So now we're on the topic of food. I have one last question. Did someone really steal your lunch? You don't have to answer.
Let's just say,
Okay.
put it like this: the idea of putting a laxative in the food
No, that
came,
sounds
came it really happened. Okay. It just really happened. Put it like this. How can I say? I may have rode shotgun to the issue and suggested it as a solution. It may have they knew better than to steal my lunch, all right? But I may have suggested this is how you handle it, and you know what I'm saying, and they took my advice, but not my lunch per se. But
okay.
I may have assisted in the advice given
I
on
got
how
it.
to
I
handle
got
that
it. All
situation.
right.
But yeah,
All right. Well, this was so fun talking to you. You have created such an amazing product, such a useful product that, everybody get this deck. The link's going to be below for you to, go and, get this deck and follow Coach Ishamin on Facebook over here and see other things she's doing. You have a show, right? That you do a podcast, kind of a live show.
um, actually, right now in the mornings, I come Tuesdays and Thursday mornings. I do something called Focus Flow 30, and that's where we come in at 6 a.m. and we either work on our writing projects or we write and definitely
Beautiful.
have some things coming up. I have my first retreat is coming up February 2025, which is the Just Right Healing and Transformation retreat in Aruba.
Woohoo.
I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, that's what I'm
Yes.
doing.
Right.
And
Good stuff.
I am working on how not to slap a hoe because hoes be hating on everybody and hoes be hating on everything. Don't you be the hoe in the situation podcast that is
That's
coming
my
up.
favorite thing. That's
Yes,
my favorite thing
that is
ever.
yes,
I
and
can watch you over and over say
that
that
is the
because how you
that
say it, I would not be get the words out.
yeah yes hating that is the podcast that's coming. We're working on it now, shoring up the details, and that's the
Nice.
emotional intelligence um, podcast. And so we can have happiness over everything.
I love it.
We
So
could be
good.
yes. So I'm working on that. It's coming, and I've been. So many people have told me, please do something with that, especially since it's
Yeah.
attached to emotional intelligence, and people need it now more than ever.
Yes,
There's
that's
so much
good.
going on, and
That's so
so
good. Thank you for what you do in the world, Ishameen. You're really, you light up wherever you go and putting this beautiful product out there for everybody to benefit from. Thank you so much.
all right. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to create this. Without you, these cards wouldn't be here. You gave your program is what I went through to make it. I mean, you made everything super easy, and just taking it bite size and really breaking it down. So it, and just always letting us know you just want to give a bite size. Don't give everything,
Mhm.
and teach me how to do it. So I couldn't have did it without you. I am so appreciative.
Thank you.